Fellas, AC here. Welcome to another video. Today I'm going to review a Tom Ford private blend known as Italian Cypress. Now Italian Cypress I think is discontinued. It was released in 2008 and for all intents and purposes, as per my understanding, I checked the website this morning, Tom Ford's website, and I think this has been discontinued. But some people say that this is back in circulation. It's one of the most nicest green fragrances from Tom Ford. Now, when I say green, don't confuse it with a barbershop. This is still a fougere, but it's mostly green fragrance. It's more herbal, green, foresty rather than a barbershop fragrance. And these are the sort of fragrances that were manufactured back in the 80s and 70s, but they used to be more harsh and stuff like that, more oak mossy. There's no oak moss here, but this is inspired by two fragrances. Now, I haven't smelled either. One is Ralph Lauren's Polo Green, which I haven't smelled, and the other one is Halston Z14. That's what you will read a lot. So I couldn't give you a point of reference whether it's true or not. You'll have to try it yourself. I haven't tried either of them. But this one, in my books, is one of the most nicest, versatile, beautifully made green fragrances, and I've tried it in every weather, including winter. It smells amazing. So what is this green fragrance? So what they've done is they've taken a very nice herbal green note of cypress. That's why Italian Cypress. And what they've done is they've amped up. Cypress has a very nice multifaceted scent profile. It's herbal, it's green, it's got tanginess, it's got green herbal spiciness. It's really, really very uplifting. So Cypress, what they've done is here, they've amped up all these beautiful aspects of cypress along with the note of cypress. So what they've got is, in the opening, they've got a very nice sort of strong resinous citrus. And that citrus is remarkable. It lasts the entire lifetime of the fragrance. Along with that citrus note, they've included a beautiful sort of herbal, spicy kind of sage. It's not the sage that you buy in the market, but you get an idea. It's slightly herbal, slightly spicy sage. And with that sage is the beautiful note of mint, but it doesn't smell like spearmint. It doesn't smell like toothpaste. People get a little bit sort of touchy when you mention mint, because sometimes mint can remind you of sort of a toothpaste. It's not like that. It's like a herbal, sort of freshly pinched mint. And then there's this beautiful note of wood, generic wood. So cypress, as you know, is basically a woody note. And they've got all this together. So mint, sage, nice resinous, strong citrus with a woody note. That's the scent. And it doesn't change a lot. Towards the end, it becomes a slightly a bit more clean woody, transparent, generic, clean woody. Initially, it's a bit more green smoky. It's not smoky as an incense, but green smoky. It's a hazy kind of a smell. But what it achieves is a remarkable feat, guys. This is so tangy. So the best thing about this fragrance is, in spite of being so green, it's not bitter or sharp. It's tangy and rounded. Yeah, and it's just beautiful. Italian Cypress is a remarkable fragrance. So ups and downs. Yeah, number one, up. The fragrance gives off the air of a very confident, clean-cut person who's very purposeful. These sort of fragrances are really good for professional or very strongly confident men. Yeah, so that the fragrance is so beautifully chiseled that it gives out that impression of being, very purposeful, very smart, very confident, and very well brought up, very well put together person. Yeah, that's the impression. If you want to give off that impression, especially imagine yourself in an interview, and you want to go and give off the right kind of impression, if you like. If you like fragrances like Green Irish Tweed, which is again a beautiful green scent. This is not like Green Irish Tweed, but it falls in the same category. It gives off a very professional vibe. Yeah. So the number one upside. Number two upside is the quality of the fragrance. The fragrance is linear, but but as you can imagine, it's a private blend. So it lasts for a long time and doesn't lose shape. It doesn't have synthetic compounds which come out and tell you that it's not a very expensive fragrance. It's not, none of that. It's a very smoothly blended, excuse me, high quality fragrance, which gives off this impression that you're wearing something expensive. Number three is one of those fragrances, it just is one of those fragrances that is a dumb reach. You can wear this in any weather and you will leave a very good impression on people. So extremely versatile, dumb reach kind of a fragrance, if you really want to own it. Excuse me. So those are the three upsides. Downsides, it's a linear fragrance. It doesn't change a lot. And the other downside is only if you have this fragrance. So I have this fragrance in my collection. It's called Werth de Onsons, again Tom Ford's private blend line, and I have reviewed this fragrance. If you have this fragrance, it's slightly more superior, if you like, to Italian Cypress. But I think this is also discontinued, sadly. But you'll have to confirm that. I forgot to confirm it. I have reviewed this one. If you ever wanted to see, try and get a sample of these two and compare and see for yourself which one you think is better. In my opinion, Werth de Onsons is a couple of notches above Italian Cypress. But Italian Cypress is so well made. It's really easy for a beginner who wants a very good niche fragrance to go for Italian Cypress. If you've got a little bit of experience, if you like a little bit of complexity, multifaceted nature in a niche, go for Werth de Onsons. This is my personal favorite, but I also really like Italian Cypress. The other downside would be the cost. When you smell this, it's a fantastic scent, very high quality, but it's linear. And you have to ask yourself, are you prepared to pay £250 for 50 ml or whatever the price is? So it is quite expensive, so the value for money is a little bit low. And that is the case with most Tom Ford private blends. It's very hard to justify full bottles. So this is what you do, 10 ml decants, easy. And you can get, excuse me, if you look on eBay, you can get a 10 ml decant for very little money. I got mine for about 20 bucks or maybe 15, I can't remember. But that's the way to really try Tom Ford private blends. That's the most economical way I can think of. So, age groups. Excuse me, I don't know what's wrong with my throat today. I would say it's a 30 plus scent. It's not a scent that I can see a 20-year-old wearing. It has a really confident aura about itself, but it's green scent. It's not one of those scents that you identify with a youngster. But still, sample it and see if you like it. Yeah. But I would say it's a 30 plus scent. Seasons I've covered, compliment factor. This is so professional, I'll be very surprised if you don't get complimented. And it has a very good performance. Yeah. It lasts for about 8-10 hours and projects really well for about 3 to 4 hours. The reason it projects a lot, I forgot to mention in the notes, I think this has got a heavy dose of Isoe Super. That's why that lemony smell that you associate with Isoe Super is there. And I've seen Tom Fords, most Tom Fords have a good dose of Isoe Super. I've reviewed Tobacco Vanille, which has got really good amounts of Isoe Super. So this projects a lot. And smells so elegant and well made that I'll be very surprised if you don't get complimented. Especially in a professional setting or a first date or a daytime event that you want to wear this to, where you want to project that image of an achiever. It's definitely an achiever's fragrance. So yeah, compliment factor is very high. And this is also very, very easy to love. There's no complicated, complex stuff here. So for people, when you're mixing with people, I don't assume, I don't imagine everybody to have good sense of what a great fragrance is. They just want to smell something nice and compliment you. So that is there. So marks out of 10. I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. It's a very, very nice beginner niche fragrance. If you're into green fragrances, if you like professional fragrances, and if you like something that you want to wear any time of the year. 8 out of 10. Hope you like the review, fellas. Take care. Bye-bye.